More veterans call Texas home than any other state. There are 1.5 million service members living here in Texas. That's according to the latest estimate put out last year by the Department of Veterans Affairs. A state agency is tasked with advocating and providing services to Texas veterans. They're also working to make the transition to civilian life easier.
And we're going to talk much more about that this afternoon with Laura Koerner. She is a Navy veteran and the chair of the Texas Veterans Commission. Laura, welcome and thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, well, before we delve into more about the kinds of support offered by the Veterans Commission, I want to focus on more of your path first. Talk to us about what you experienced when you returned to civilian life after the Navy and what might have helped you once you did.
Yeah, so I joined the Navy when I was 17 years old from Chicago, and I served mainly on the east coast of the country. So I was on board 2 different ships in the Navy. I came out of the service in Virginia. So the first thing I had to decide was where did I want to start my transition to life. You have everywhere in the country to move to.
Right.
So one of the things is I determined that I wanted to still continue serving, my country, but as a civilian. So I had to pick my career path. I did a lot of job fairs. We had a transition assistance program for the military. And then I chose to take a job all the way across the country in California. And luckily my transition was really smooth. I was able to find a job fairly soon after I got out through networking and job fairs, but not everyone has that same experience.
Lots of the work you are doing now, of course, mirroring your experience there. You're now serving as the chair of the Texas Veterans Commission. Before we get into a little bit more about what the commission does, talk about how did you translate your military experience into those career ventures before you became the chair here?
Yeah, and that is actually one of the biggest problems I see a lot of military members having, is being able to translate what they did in the military to what they want to do in civilian world. And so there's a lot of services out there to help you. And in my case, I just picked one of my areas of expertise and focused on that. And what I actually found was after about 1.5 years in my first job, I found a different position that I wanted somewhere else. So the first position wasn't my final home. I was able to find a job, get settled, and then realize what I really wanted to do was a little different, and I was able to transition after that. But I do find translating what you do either in the military, on ship, in your unit, is very hard. And we have many services both at the state and in a lot of our partners that help military members translate that into a resume.
And a good message of patience there too. It might take a little time to find the right fit. I love that.
Yeah, and the Veterans Commission, I want to talk about that organization because you all provide an umbrella of services that different veterans can access, all the way from job search to education opportunities, mental health support. So what are some of the ways that you would like people out there to know that the commission helps provide them?
Yeah, absolutely. So I like to say we have a life cycle of services. So when people first transition, they decide, do I want to have a career? Do I want to go back to school? Do I want to start my own business? So we have both an entrepreneur program, an employment program, and a workforce program to help people and find whatever they want to do coming right out of the military. And then as you transition to older life, you may need medical help, you may need claims support, and mental health support, and we have programs all along the way to help, no matter what age you are as a veteran, the different services that you need.
So much important work that you all are doing at the commission. We know you will be leading it until 2029, so it's a good chunk of time to accomplish goals. What are the biggest goals for you as you lead the commission over the next few years?
Absolutely. So my job is to advocate for Texas veterans and the benefits that they earned. And so the best that we do that is to ensure our agency continues to provide the best service for our growing number of veterans in Texas. We are the model for most states, so we want to continue that. But biggest part is outreach. I want to make sure we get out and let the veterans know we are here and all the service provided to them across the state. We also support partners, nonprofit agencies, other government agencies. We want to make sure all the veterans know where they can find those services.
Well, that outreach is happening today, so we appreciate you joining us for this, and we hope to have some more conversations with you in the future.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Laura Koerner with the Texas Veterans Commission, and we'll be right back after this.